Welcome to the final whistle on this Tuesday night. Half my cast looks distraught, half looks pissed off, but the thing is, we all damn here. The Avengers are here on this Tuesday night. Hit that like and subscribe button. Man, college football is going off the rails, and we're damn here to talk about it. And I'm going to be honest. I thought I was going to give this warning before my mailbag, but I think I need to give it before our show. This is the no snowflake zone. If you get your feelings hurt easy, the final whistle's probably not going to be the place for you tonight, because I think we got some guys coming with some heat. So, guys, let's buckle up and go. Let me introduce my guys. Starting below me, how's it going? Number 32 on the field, number 1 in your hearts, Chris James. What's up, my man? No bueno. It just says hell with it. I'm here. All right, Chris is here. He ain't happy. Next to him, what do you got? No boy? What is he? Quiet.
I'm ready to get on with it, man. I got a lot to say.
All right, the man, the myth, the catching legend that wants Bama to run the damn ball.
Please.
Right to his left, number 11 on the field, also number 1 in your heart. What's up, Matt Cadell?
What's up, guys? What's up, Bama Nation? Listen, I had to deal with ball fans on Monday for work, so it's just been a long week. But I don't know. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide anyway. I see it in your face. Man, the man above him needs no introduction, but he's the enforcer of this here Avengers gang. And I can tell you, he is fired up from what he's seen from the Crimson Tide this year. Luscion, talk to me, my man.
Well, after that display of ballerina-ness on Saturday night, we're going to talk about some things. And I'm pissed. I'm not going to lie. I'm pissed the F off. We need to talk about it.
We do need to talk about it. And the man that's always here to talk about it. I mean, he's the star of the show. Look at him. He just got star quality written all over him, from the nursing home to the cook to the grill. Dan James, what's up, my man? Tell us something good.
Oh man, something good. We got a commitment today. We got our second flip in a week. So
hey,
you said tell you something good, but man, we lost to the orange team up north.
Yes, it's hard to find good after something like that, and more so with the way it's gone and what we're starting to hear come out of the locker room and all the other. It's not just a loss right now, guys. I think we could take a loss. I think it's the stuff we're hearing around the program right now that's causing a lot more alarm than just one simple loss. And we're going to get to that, along with a lot of other stuff, like my man Dan talked about. A big flip, recruiting it and over, guys. You got to keep building this. You don't just stop because you got punched in the face. My man Dan's going to bring home the recruiting stuff. And, guys, we're going to talk about it. Can Alabama turn the page on this season with what we hear is going on and what's been going on? We're going to discuss it. Then we're going to get to Lucion's danger zone. Guys, I can't distress it enough. There's locker room issues going on at Alabama right now. Can this locker room be kept together? Lucion's going to break it down in the danger zone. And then we're going on the island with Matt and Chris. I think Chris going to talk a little bit about the young DBs in the storm right now. And I think Matt's going to talk about Sheridan and the offensive coordinator situation, what he's seeing with that. Then, as always, we got my mailbag. Thank y'all. Always, I appreciate my fans sending me mail and support. The questions were hard hitting this week. So stay tuned to the very end, because you are going to want to hear the mailbag tonight. It might go a little scorched earth. With that said, man, let's get a little love to the people that keep the lights on here at the Final Whistle, and that is one Lamstone Company. Let me tell you a bit about them. Have you ever dreamed of having beautiful natural stone in and around your home? Well, don't settle for subpar materials. Check out Lamstone Company's selection of natural stone products to meet all your project needs. Lamstone is located in Aniana, Alabama, and is one of the oldest, most trusted sources in the state. So contact them today. Tell them we sent you using the promo code, the Bama Standard, and receive 10% off your first offer. What a deal. And we appreciate you, Lamstone. But guys, let's jump right into it. Like I said, let's start with a little cream in the coffee. There's a little bit of good on this day. I'm gonna start with my man Dan, who is our recruiting expert here at the panel. And you, like you said, man, you alluded to it in your intro. We had a big flip.
Yeah, man, a huge pickup. Alabama in this class wanted to add a second tight end, and they did just that. They picked up a huge commitment from Marshall Pritchett, 6'5.5", 220-pound tight end out of Rabun Gap, Nakuchi School in Rabun Gap, Georgia. Tremendous athlete. He's a great compliment to Caleb Edwards, who's more of an inline tight end. He comes in the number 15 ranked tight end on 247 Sports. As Alabama continues to add to his number one class, he's the second flip in a week's time. Last week we flipped number one JUCO edge, Cavante Henry. So it's a bit of good news, in a rough time. But this guy, I mean, athlete, Alabama did his due diligence. They liked him. They brought him in. When they got all those recruits in the spring, they wanted to see more from him during the season. Get more game tape on him. And I think he visited for the Georgia game, and I think that's what really sealed the deal. Even after he committed to North Carolina originally, Bama stayed on him. They liked him. They had several, top tight ends on the board that they liked and they wanted to see. And so, they got the guy, Marshall Pritchett, tremendous pickup, and as Alabama continues to add to his number one class with more prospects on board.
Look, man, if there's one way to salvage what we're seeing on the field is you got to keep that talent coming in. So, man, that is one, like you said, man, it's a ray of sunshine in what's otherwise been a pretty dark week since leaving Knoxville, Tennessee. So, man, anybody else got anything to add on the recruiting front anymore? I know that's kind of hard to talk about right now in the midst of the season, but it is still, hey, man, you got to keep recruiting, always be closing.
I got a comment. I wish the NCAA would let some of these guys play Saturday for us. That would be huge.
Well, look, we're going to be able to hit on all these other topics pretty long, so we're not going to stick on the recruiting one because I know that's not what our fans are here for right now. We just wanted to throw a little bit of sugar on this shit show before we get going. With that said, man, let's jump into the question. We all know what happened Saturday. We're going to turn the daggum page on that crap. Can Alabama and this coaching staff turn the page on this season and fix the issue that's plaguing the team? Is it salvageable? I'm going to go the opposite direction and go counterclockwise and start with the big little big brother. What's up? What's up, Matt? I mean, Chris. I'm looking at Matt smiling when I said that. And say, Chris, man, is this fixable?
I'm the big brother.
You're big brother. Big brother, is this fixable?
Dan.
Actually, I've met your brother. I'm not sure that shit's true. Your brother's big. He's a big.
Yeah, Dan's 6'5", 6'6". I'm 6'2", even though they be hating trying to tell me I'm 6'1". My shoes on, shout out, I'm 6'2". Get it right, Dan.
You ain't 6'1" in stiletto.
Yeah, I ain't hating that.
Hey,
Lou,
hey,
Lou.
What we doing tonight? We hating everything.
Hating everything. Yeah, man.
Everything bad happens to you.
But yes, man, it could be fixed, man. It's not like we getting blowed out. You know what I'm saying? We losing. Like Tennessee is a good team. I'm not gonna take anything away from them. There's somebody that's gonna be in contention for the SEC to play in the SEC championship game. Somebody that's gonna be in contention for a playoff spot. So it's not like we lost to the school of the blind.
Vandy.
Yeah, but hey, mess around though. You sleep around, Vandy might end up with 9-10 wins when the season's over with. So Vandy's not. This is not your mom and pop's Vandy. So, but and things are fixable, man. It's just we just got to learn how to play defense in the second half of games. That's the first thing. Number one, we play excellent. We like two totally different teams from the first half and the second half. So what that tells me is that Womack is not making the proper adjustments at halftime. He's not able to adjust on the fly. because in other words, all the other schools that have been able to make adjustments, but we can't counter those adjustments that they're making on their offensively. So, and man, Miro got to start handing that ball off, man. Like on those RPOs and stuff, man. Like he got to trust his backs, man. Give him the ball, man, because when we got that running game going, it was north and south, not all that east-west mess. We can run the ball. We seen it. We ran 7 straight times, got the ball across midfield. Then we want to take that. We want to start throwing it. Like we won't get out of our own way. And until we fix that, stuff like this is gonna happen, man. But is it fixable? Yes, but it starts with the coaching staff. I mean, they gotta man start putting their foot on these guys' necks, man. Start holding them accountable. It's time to start putting butts to the flame and hold them accountable, man. Because I see they're not playing for each other, man. It's not like the how it was the first few games. It seemed like fun the first few games, but ever since the second half of the Georgia game, it's been like they're scared to really, go all out, man. I don't know what it is, man, but whatever I'm saying, I'm not liking it.
I don't know. Is that part of this new culture though, where winning, everybody's front runners? When you're winning, it's easy. But since you are all about me in that NIL, as soon as you take that first punch to the face, all that team chemistry, it's not really there because it's don't exist to begin with. Anybody can be a team when you're winning, patting each other on the ass or whatever. But I'm gonna ask you, man, let's be real. And I've heard several people mention this, Chris. There's no locker room in the country because you're dealing with just 85 freaking alphas that are wanting to play ball that don't have some kind of internal issues. But it seems like, man, what we're hearing out of Tuscaloosa right now, these internal issues are kind of getting to almost a fever pitch coming out of that locker room. So you're talking about not playing for together. How do the coaches get that? How do they get that back in order?
Well, man, start holding guys accountable. Start benching butts, man. Like start playing the guys that do it the right way. It'll weed itself out. You know what I'm saying? Like trust me, man. You start benching players and start holding players accountable, you'll end up with the right 22.
Chris, I'm just gonna. Apparently, I'm drunk as shit tonight. Matt, yeah, I'm gonna just mix y'all up all damn night. Matt, you see it the same way? Is it players need to be? I mean, is it salvageable, man? I really want to hear from you guys because y'all been in these locker rooms. You've been part of a transition. Chris, you've been part of one of the rumored biggest. I remember the Tyler Watt Sal stuff. I remember Freddie Millen. I remember that whole shit up in Southern Miss. That was a team divided, whether people want to admit it or not. Like, are we to that stage with this team? Is this fixable, Matt?
Can Alabama, the coaching staff, turn the page? They can, but I think will they is something totally different, and it's up to them. And I think everybody's got to look themselves in the mirror. Your so-called captains need to be leaders. They need to go in there and hold. They need. When you face with adversity, you know how to rally the troops. Any leader knows how to lead, and first you lead by example. So I don't know if guys are leading by example, so to speak. I'm like, what kind of work ethic are you putting in? Is it all about me? Are we not, holding each other accountable? So, like I said, can they? They can, but it's up to them. It's up to everybody in that whole organization, like Coach Saban would say. If they want to, they will. But if not, I hate to say it, you're probably going to see the same things. But, I got faith in the guys. At some point, you can't go around acting like, I don't know. It's just a lot. I'm trying not to say something. I want Luscion to go because I know he's going to.
Man, I feel like all y'all are just like a volcano that won't explode right now. That's trying not to. Dude, we're about to have to rip off the damn Band-Aid. So good, yeah. All right, if you ain't gonna rip it, Matt, I'm gonna turn it over to Luke because I know he ain't scared to rip the damn Band-Aid.
Luke, go ahead and throw that green rubbing alcohol on it.
You're on mute.
He done blew up his mic.
And the question is, can this coaching staff on paper? Yeah, they can. But I mean, let's be real, people. Let's get real about something. How many games are we into the season?
8,
7.
Seven. We're going on 8. Shit just don't change overnight. You just don't build good habits overnight. So unless somebody is cooking up a miracle or something, no. There is so much negativity going on right now, individuality. I'm not even sure if most of these kids even know what the sport of football really means. So to me, can this coaching staff in Alabama turn the page? Absolutely not. Not until some things are straight up removed from that locker room. And trust me, you think this is hot right now? Just wait. We just getting warmed up.
Dan, and this coaching staff, Lou has his doubts. Are you on that same page or are you on a different page?
Man, let me tell you, it depends on what you mean by turn the page. See, when you say turn the page, that means go in a different direction. You know, that means, you know, you're sweeping stuff away. You know, you're sweeping the old away, if you get what I'm saying. So turn the page, that means you're willing to make changes. So can the Alabama staff do it? Of course they can. Will they do it? I want to see. I'm really curious to see. You know what I'm saying? Because let's talk about it, the elephant in the room. You know, our quarterback play Saturday, you know, and I've been behind Milroe. That was unacceptable for a leader. You know, so it depends. Now, you got to go to this team. You ask the guys in the locker room, what do y'all want to do this season? What goals do y'all have for this season? You know, then we're gonna react in a way accordingly. Because, you know, if our goal is to, you know, everything is still in front of us, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna need some help. No way around it. You know, we're 9th place in the SEC right now. That's crazy. We and Vandy has a tiebreaker over us. You know, so I mean, so what you know, what changes do we have as a coaching staff? What changes are we willing to make at this point in the season? You know, and I'm gonna leave that up to Coach DeBoer.
Well, if the rumors are true coming out, man, okay, take over, Justin. I want to see how far
I want to ask a serious question. I want this panel to get fired up. Do these players believe in their coaching staff? Do the coaching staff trust the players at this point? Because it seems to me that the buy-in isn't there. The plays on the field is right in front of you. Lack of discipline, penalties, not being where you're supposed to be, not executing fully,
not communicating.
And listen, it even seems like maybe some players may be calling their own shots, maybe going rogue a little bit. I can't confirm it. I've got this feeling. I have other players who are watching the same thing. Some of y'all's former teammates, Chris, Matt, saying that it sure looks that way on the field. I'm not there, so I'm not going to make a bold statement and say this is going on because I'm not there. But talk to me. Be real. For the first time this season, let's tell the fan base what they need to hear. Let's not sunshine pump. What do you got for me?
Listen, I think that could be a factor. But I think, you know, this is what frustrates me the most. Like, do we not have anybody that's a student of the game? Like, I know Luscion was talking about earlier. Like, you know, for me growing up, I wanted to be like Jerry Rice. Like, I wanted to be the best receiver I could be. I would work my tail off to try to get where I want to be. Like, and I'm like, what are you in it for? Like, have you lost your desire to be the best at your spot, you know? And even if you don't trust the coaches, it's football, guys. You should be so dialed in on the opponent, know exactly what they're doing, what defense they're gonna run or what offense they're gonna run. Even if you get a bad call, you should be like, listen, they doing this same thing on freaking second and third down. We need to just, I'm gonna call this play. But it's like we have nobody that wants to give a you know what about it. It's like where is the desire to be dominant? Like where is it to be the best player you are? Like don't wait till it's time for combine and pro day to try to be like, oh yeah, I'm all locked in, I'm all focused. No, you need to be doing it now with your team right now because I don't understand it. Like if you know the play is going to be bad, you should know, okay, guys, this is what we're going to run. I don't think you stay right here. We're going to stop them all night. You know, even like if it's second and goal and coach calls a fade, I'm going to be like, listen, hold on. Line up and we're going to power this thing in the end zone. And I'll take the chew out from the OC, but we got 7 points. You know, like you look at the greats, you look at Brady, you look at all those guys, they're so locked in with the winning and dominating that they would know how to game play. Like it should be easy for us. So that's the biggest frustration for me is do you have the want to and are you putting in the work? That's what I'm more frustrated and feel so disappointed by because we keep losing at little things. Sorry.
Yeah. The question that needs to be asked is, do the players trust each other more so than it doesn't seem like they trust the coaching staff, but even more seems like they don't trust each other. First off, why is Jalen throwing the ball to Ryan Williams so much? He's targeted him, 18 times, 16 times this past game? He targeted him that many times? And you got guys like Kendrick Law that can make plays. Jeremy Bernard, other guys. And if I'm in the red zone on the goal line, ain't no way in Hades I'm about to attack Tennessee's best corner with Ryan Williams on a fade route when I got 6'5" Caleb Odom on the other side. Come on, man. Like, that's just common sense as a quarterback. You know, you got to be able to take charge sometimes to see that. Check. You know, like.
How about check? I'm a quarterback, sneak this thing and get us 6
You're going to throw a fade. Yeah. Or we running the ball. Like, they hadn't stopped our inside run all game. They haven't stopped our power running game all game. Teams kill us when I hate that east or west mess. The SEC defenses are too fast for that. You got to run right at them. And Tennessee was folding, man. They were folding. They were buckling. But Tennessee was like, I'm glad they went away from the run because we sure enough couldn't stop it. Like, we won't get out our own doggone way. And it's like, Miro has to see that as a quarterback, man. You got to take control of the offense. We don't have an identity. We have zero offensive identity. Zero. Identity. You should come to the point to where I expect to score every time we touch it till I'm not even sure we're going to get a first down this drive.
No, we got an offensive identity. It's target Ryan Williams 18 times a game.
Yeah, and Milrow sprint it out to the left and not give it to the back on the RPO up the middle.
Hey,
so, I mean, we don't know if it's going to work up the middle if you're not handing it off on the RPO.
And can we start with that predictable quarterback run? Whenever they line up and we know it's coming. You can look at it. Oh, this is going to be a Jalen Milrow run. Do it off jet sweep. Just fake. Do something, man. You know, like, stop being predictable.
Now, here's a stat that is very interesting to me. You know, we're talking about giving the ball to our run backs, utilizing our running backs. People want to blame the coordinators for that. But how come in all the RPOs that Justice Haynes has been involved in, Jalen Milrow has pulled the ball from his stomach every time? And Jam Miller's isn't much better. These guys are averaging 7 carries a game combined. And if Jalen Milrow's hurt, like they say he is, which I see he's kind of slowed up. He's a little banged up because he's running all the damn time. He's getting clobbered. If he's hurt, then why are the running backs not getting the ball?
He can't read
NFL film handing it off.
He can't read the RPO, in my opinion. And this is one of my critiques of Jalen Milrow is that he doesn't carry the play fake when he does hand it off because he just stands there. And I'm like, buddy, if I'm a defensive coordinator watching Alabama's offense, all you got to do is listen, be like, hey, when Jalen Milrow stands there, the ball's hand off. those are key indicators for a linebacker to look and say, oh, I'm going to go crash the running back because he doesn't carry the play fake. But on the same time, if I'm Milrow, I'm saying, dang, this might not be the reason why I work. I need to start carrying my play fake, disguising, trying to help our team win, So it's just little things like that just really frustrates me from the offensive side of the ball. I know Luscion likes to get in the defense and all that stuff. Luscion, what do you want to say?
I want to say something too. This coaching staff, like it's kind of like piggybacking off what Dan said about actually turning the page. I would ask our coaches to stop defending our players like they're OJ Simpson and actually make them take responsibility for their mistakes. Stop excusing these. They're not kids. They're young men. They're adults in college. So when they make a mistake, they make a mistake and they need to own it. Don't just say, well, we coach it up around here. That's not acceptable. There's certain things that you're just letting happen that fester, and it's festering all over the team. And the fact that the coaches ain't checked that shit by now, I don't have any faith that it's going to get checked. That shit should have been checked in 2 days, and it hasn't. Whether it's the discipline of the defense, whether it's the offensive line not doing what they're supposed to do, whether it's Jalen Milrow not pulling the ball when he should, or not checking off a blitz when a guy walks up and looks him in the face and he doesn't check, or when he doesn't hit a wide open receiver, or when he sails the ball 20 yards over Ryan Williams' head. Like, these are things that should have been checked by the coaching staff, and we're halfway through the season and they ain't been checked. So to that point, the coaches, they're on the block right now, for real. Because if Saturday comes and we lay another egg, they're going to be in hotter water than what we are right now.
They lay an egg Saturday, and you're in real. I mean, we're not talking wheels coming off. We're talking full blown dumpster fire at that part with your locker room and not trusting the coaches. And who are your leaders? Who's the C? I'm sorry. I don't think the C on that chest represent. Who's the leaders in this locker room right now, Matt?
I don't know, because I'm looking on the sideline and I just see the quarterback just chilling. He looked like
he's not the leader. I didn't see one lick of damn leadership out of him Saturday night.
He's not trying to rally the guys, get them going. Guys, we got this. It looks like a lot of me's out there. I'm just calling it like it is.
NIL.
Defense maybe have some on the line. I don't know, but I'm just saying, I don't know. Listen, when you go through tough times, and Alabama is in a tough time, you got to be able, part of growing up and developing character, having perseverance and having grit, you got to know how to overcome adversity. You're going to hit adversity throughout the SEC, but it's how you overcome it, how you learn from it. I thought we were going to learn from Vanderbilt. I thought we were going to learn from the second half of Georgia. And obviously we haven't. So I'm like, where are the leaders and where is the want to listen, guys? Let's get our what together. Like, as a unit, as a team, like, let's focus. We need to be cohesive. We need to be on all cylinders. Offensive line, receivers, tight ends, running backs. Like, let's put in that extra work with each other. That way we know, okay, man, we get down here, we're going to run this play. Coach, we need to mix up our, we don't need to be going shotgun 99% of the time. That makes absolutely no sense to me, but I'll get in that later. But we need to get we need to just have a coming to Jesus moment and just talk this stuff out. Like, Miro, if you can't go, don't go. If you're not feeling 100%, listen, maybe we give somebody else a shot. Like, at this point, we need to execute and win games. We can't waste. We already lost 2. So it's like, obviously what we've been doing isn't working. So we don't need to continue to do the same thing. So we need to try something new. and get some what about us and go out there and play Bama football and hit somebody in the mouth.
I don't think it's hell yeah. I mean, that's exactly start having some damn pride in that A, and that's what we're lacking. And if not, I think we're going to be headed to the damn danger zone. And I think no better time to go to the danger zone than with my man Luscion. But before we do that, hey, if you're on Twitter right now, come over, go to the Bama Standard go into YouTube, Bama Standard, subscribe and like. Hey, we know we got a big crowd over there. With that said, though, man, I think you couldn't have set it up any better, Matt, to kind of say we're headed towards the danger zone. Lou?
All right. So there could be about 6,000 different things I could put in the danger zone this week, but this locker room is embarrassing. To just say just put a word to it. It's embarrassing, and here's why: we got players that are rocking a C on their chest, and at minimum, they've been on campus 4 years. So we're talking about 4 years between Lawson and another 5 with Malachi Moore and another 4 with Jalen Milroe. These are supposed to be the 3 main leaders of the team. I don't think they actually know what football is, because football is a team sport. It is not played by individuals. And I think these guys carrying a C on their chest not only makes them more individualistic, I think it takes something away from the team. Like, they want to be noticed more than the team. I've never seen that at Alabama before. Where did you learn that? Did you learn that from Saban? He ain't teach you that. So you had the greatest coach of all time. A lot of these dudes in the locker room, the greatest coach of all time, teach you. You were with them every day. And he leaves. And then all of a sudden you just forget how to play the sport of football. You forget that it's a team game. You forget that you have to do your damn job every play. You forget that you have to actually have respect for your opponent and watch film. When did you forget this? This locker room is so cancerous. I feel like I'm at an intensive care unit watching the sidelines. Everyone is dead. There's no one on that sideline that seems like they give a damn that they lost. Like, we lost to Vanderbilt. I don't give a damn what anybody says about, yeah, they're having a good season, they have a good team. Yeah, that's all well and good. This is Alabama. We don't do that here. We don't go out and just lay eggs. We don't not tackle people. We take people's heads off. When did we become this team that just takes stuff like we're a Big Ten Saturday night, not even that, Saturday afternoon Flues Fest? We ain't got guys on offense that want to block. We ain't got guys on defense that want to tackle, and they got C's on their chest. They're captains. Attitude reflects leadership, and this team doesn't have any. It doesn't have leadership from the quarterback, and for damn sure ain't got no leadership on defense, because I ain't seen a single head taken off consistently. We got defensive linemen running into each other. We got people running into each other in the secondary. There is absolutely no leadership, no communication. That's not Alabama football. That's not what built the dynasty. And every time they're taking a step on this team, they're disrespecting what Matt and Chris and every other person that donned the Crimson Tide did in the past. It is disrespectful, it's disgusting, and it's got to change. Now, personally, I don't think it's going to change until certain players straight up leave the program, because they've been so cancerous for this many years. Certain position groups have straight fallen off because we've played these favoritisms. We've talked these players up into having delusions of grandeur and thinking they're amazing. They're not. They're not. They don't compare. They don't measure up. Look at the record. How many people can say that they graduated from the university under Saban that they had 2 losses at this time? And one of them was to Vanderbilt. I don't give a damn that we lost to Tennessee. Yeah, does it suck? Yeah, it sucks. But it's how you lost. It's how you lost. We give up. People don't want to fight for each other. I don't even think these guys even know what football is. It's embarrassing. They want to talk the talk. It's election shit. I'm done with it. Stop talking. Go play the damn game of football. Hit somebody in the mouth. Quit running yours. Because as far as I'm concerned, we ain't got a leg to stand on to nobody. Because we have absolutely just destroyed the last 17 years of what Alabama football was. And a lot of these players were here with Saban. So the most disrespectful thing to a coach that you could do is the year after he leaves, you completely disassemble what he built. His hard work means nothing to you. That's what you're saying with your lame ass, punk ass, business decision making playing football. That is not football. I don't even know what I watch on Saturdays, but it ain't Alabama football. That's what I got in the danger zone tonight. And I ain't sorry about a damn thing.
Woo!
And may I add,
So,
and may I add, 4 yards on the last 3 possessions of the game is sickening.
No, it was 3 yards.
On the last 4 possessions?
Yeah,
34 carries throughout the night for 86 yards. You're averaging less than 3 yards a carry. That means your ass got handled on the line of scrimmage and you weren't getting it done.
We just had we had a blueprint for 20 damn years about how to win the game. Run the damn ball, hit people on defense. And we just forgot. Overnight, Saban left. Oh, we just don't know how to play football. Oh, let's be on our watches during the game. Let's not be hopping up and down on kickoffs. Let's not say, oh, run, pass when they're actually doing that. Some shit we've been doing since we was little kids. Let's just forget how to play football. This is Alabama. This isn't a social event. If you want Twitter followers and you want to get your likes up, you want a good NIL deal, get the hell out of T-Town because we sick of it.
You got something on that, Chris, Matt, Dan?
Dan?
Listen, the last 3 national champions, you know, how did they win? What was their blueprint? Run the ball and defense, right?
Yeah. So
that's still the recipe to win is run the ball. So, you know, this what we got going on now, this is inexcusable, unacceptable.
We got to run the ball. It's simple, man. It's sickening, man, to see Jam averaging almost 6 yards a carry. I mean, over 6 yards a carry, almost 7 yards a carry, and to see Justice averaging almost 6 yards a carry, and for them, Emiro's only averaging 3 yards a carry. Give the ball, feed your backs, man. Feed your backs. You got the best 1-2 punch in the SEC. You won't even give them the ball.
3 punch.
And Richie Young.
Look, man, I this year it's fascinating. I think we've gotten to, because this is uncharted territory for us over 15 years of a team where we've got a locker room that's broken like this. Again, man, I hate to say it, this goes back to the pre-Shula, Coach DeBoer's type of day stuff that you're hearing. And I'm interested, man, because I'll be honest, I believe in DeBoer. I think DeBoer's a good coach. I don't think all this is on DeBoer. I think he inherited some shit he didn't expect to inherit, and I'm not going to put it all on the coach yet. It's on him to fix some stuff too, and there's some discipline stuff. The dancing when you're up down 2 touchdowns to Vanderbilt, that's on coaching. When you got players against, I got everybody raising their damn hand now. When you got players, look, Lou, you said don't know football. Let's go back to the South Carolina game. You got a player that breaks down the field. All he's got to do is go down, and then you run the clock out. But he wanted that damn touchdown and that glory. Someone that knows football goes down, you don't ever put your defense back on the field. You don't have to worry about the onside and all that shit.
I'm actually glad he went end zone, because knowing our OC, he would have called 4 straight passes on the 1 yard.
But look, man, so is there coaching? Yeah, but I ain't ready to put all this on the coaching with what I've seen from some of these damn players. So,
but at the end of the day, the head coach bears the weight of the shoulders of the responsibility,
He's got to
whether
make a
that be
big
for
call.
missed tackles, whether that be for penalties, whether that be for some of your main players wearing a weave during football games. He got to own it all because he's letting it happen. So,
and this is a scoreboard business, and at the end of the day, only one man answers to the final score, and that's the head man. So yeah, it's gonna fall on the shoulders, and that he's gonna start heating up. So there's big decisions. He's got look, man. I'm be real. If what we're hearing is true, he's got to make some really big decisions about making this his program and how this program is going to go forward. And that's why I say it's going to be fascinating how the next 2 weeks go, because you got a feisty Missouri team coming in that ain't been all that damn great, but they still got some players that can hurt you. And then you got to go to Sun Valley. And we just saw what happened in front of a raucous environment. This team just damn melted like weak sauce. So with that said, man, I think we've hammered this as good as we can. Usually when you go to an island, though, man, you're wanting to celebrate. But I feel like here lately, we just want to go, Coda, hold on. I'm sorry, Chris. You got your finger up. You want
to? Man, and people are hard on DeBoer. I heard somebody say it took DeBoer 7 games to tear down what Saban built in 18 years. I said, that's harsh. It ain't all DeBoer, man. DeBoer doesn't block a tackle or throw the ball. He can draw out the plays, and there's been wide open receivers that have been missed. You can't blame DeBoer on that.
I'm not saying Bama would have lost to Vanderbilt, but if Nick Saban's running those sidelines with this team right here, the product ain't that much damn different. I'm just being real. I think this is more player problem. I'll be honest. I do right now. I feel it's more player led than coach led, because I think the people who are supposed to be the leaders, the captains, are the ones that are damn sinking this shit right now. And I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel. And I'm not fucking sorry. To be honest, I'm not at all. You're getting paid. You kids are getting paid more than 99% of the people on this damn panel and that are watching. So don't get on the kids. They're kids. No, they're professionals. They're making money, guys. They are making professional level money in college to play this game, and we're not. People are giving them money to do this. I don't want to hear this. Their kids don't get on them. No, I think coaches are in a shitstorm they didn't realize with this NIL, and they've got players that are all about me and not about team, and it's hard as shit to win in that area. You can't win like Nick Saban did with me guys. Now, you can win some ball games. You can knock off Georgia, but then that me, look at me dance in the end zone is going to get your ass beat by Vanderbilt too. So I'm sorry. These, you know what? Everybody's like, they just don't get, no, they don't know what the standard is. The standard's gone right now. The standard will always be Alabama, but these kids ain't got a damn clue on earth what that standard is. So I'm sorry. I'm not ready to everybody jumping on these coaches. That dude just had Washington in the damn national title, beat Steve Sarkisian. He's beat Kirby. The dude knows how to damn coach football, but he's also trying to run a bunch of freaking lunatics right now that are all about social media clout and what their next NIL offer and how they can get to the NFL. So, man, let's just hold off right now on dudes that have gotten to the highest level of coaching, because they're coaching a whole new ball game. And until we accept that, we're going to have like, sorry, it is what it is. I'm sorry. Let's get help. I didn't mean to get on that ride. I zapped out of it. We need to get to an island. Let's throw some suntan lotion, some salve on this. Let's talk a little bit good, because I do think my boy Chris has some good stuff to talk about. Some of the young guys. I'm not sure what Matt's going with. It might not be good, but look. The island might be an island surrounded by sharks tonight. I'm sorry. It's not an island surrounded by ladies in bikinis, but it is what it is. Let's head there.
Welcome to the Owner Island, guys. Chris is on the better part of the island with the resort. He's got positive stuff. He's got Mai Tai and a few ladies in bikinis, but my island is more like Castaway with Tom Hanks. It is brutal. We are out here struggling. So
boss, the plane.
Yeah. Webster. Let's go on the island. I'm gonna let Chris go first. Let him talk about his position group or player that he wants to discuss, and then we'll come to the Castaway Island for me.
All right. On today's episode of On the Island, I would like to discuss the young DBs at Bama, man. Like those guys have been put in a tough situation. Usually, situations unless you're a Minka Fitzpatrick, you don't, or Eddie Jackson or what's my safety name, Ronnie Harrison. Unless you're one of those type of guys, you usually don't see the field this early. Even Marlon Humphrey redshirted. So I mean, um, they've been asked to do a lot, man. And Barkley, like we can't be mad at them guys. These are 18-year-old kids who haven't even been on campus a full 6 months. Some of them, some been on 6 months since January, but a full year. Guys like Mbakwe, he just got on campus this summer. For him to be doing what he's doing is an admirable job, but it also highlights um how bad we were left when Amos transferred out. Those are supposed to be your guys that's playing corner right now. Amos, Trey Amos, um, Ricks, Dez Ricks, who else? Earl Little Jr. Uh, who else transferred out? There's another corner that transferred out.
Jameer Grimsley.
Dog, those guys are the guys that are supposed to be up now. These guys that we have now, they're supposed to be sitting in the wings, waiting their turn to be developed, but they're forced into action. But the good thing about that, though, guys, is it can only go up from here. Like by them playing so early, man, they're going to be battle tested, man. By their sophomore, junior year, this is not going to be anything you can throw at them that they won't be able to handle. We'll be better from this. I know it seems rough now, but we will be better from this. I see Red Morgan. He's having a tough time in the slot, but man, we're young, man. The King kid, like we're gonna be okay. Just don't panic, Bama Nation. It may not be where you want it right now, but the finished product, when this product is finished, it's gonna be something nasty. It's gonna be filthy on the back end, and that's all I have.
Well, great job, Chris. And to add to that, I'm excited about Bray Hubbard. I really liked him when he came in the game. Whenever he showed, I think he's got some IQ. He's physical. He likes to hit. I think he's gonna do nicely. I just think it's important for our coaches to put our secondary in better positions. I don't think man to man is the best positions in crucial times of the game. But those are things you have to do when you know your personnel and your team and your opponent. But now to the other side of the island. See, I'm on the raft on the island far away from where Chris is, and it's like Castaway. Me and Wilson out here, and we're the only ones out here. So I got to talk about it, guys. I am so frustrated. I got to bring our offensive coordinator, Nick Sheridan, into the room. I'm sorry. Coach Sheridan, you have frustrated me so bad. I'm somebody who is a student of the game. Like I watch film, I watch other schools' offenses, plays that work. I watch NFL. Like I watch what good offenses do. And this guy, in my opinion, does not understand his personnel. Like I've never seen an OC call 45 passes for a quarterback. Andy Reid does not even do this. Like, let's be real. Like, they are running the ball. I don't know not one team that's throwing the ball 45 passes unless they're playing with 10 guys. Like, that makes no sense. So, Coach Sheridan, you were saying that, we have a deep, extensive playbook, but so far in 7 games of the year, I have only seen the same predictable offense. I've seen us go shotgun, zone read. I said last week, mix up your formations. Go power I, go pistol heavy, run a jet sweep or two. Like, utilize the personnel. Go wildcat with freaking Kendrick Law. Like, do something creative. Do not get in shotgun 99% of the time. It is limiting to me, you're showing that you don't understand our personnel. Excuse me, you haven't figured out how to get creative and attack defenses. You can run the same concept. Hey, why not run it under center? Why not run it out of pistol? Why don't you run a fake, a counter, or something like that? Like it is very, very frustrating. And then the thing that just really irked me, I think about this play. We are on the 2-yard line, hostile environment, on the road in Tennessee, and we call a fade route. To me, that makes no sense. Luscion was talking about the whole Pete Carroll stuff and like passing the ball. Just run the ball. Like, football is not that hard, guys. I'm like, you are really overthinking it, thinking I think what's happening to Coach Sheridan is he's looking at Keelan Russell's highlight tapes on Friday nights and thinking I can call those same plays for Jalen Milroe on Saturdays. No, you don't have Keelan Russell yet, and you have to run the ball. So, Coach Sheridan, get creative running the ball. That's all I got to say. And Milroe, I've been pulling for you for the longest, brother. Work on your mechanics. I know your coaches were raving about, oh, he's such a great leader. He comes into the training facility at 4 a.m. He's like the first one there. Okay, what are you doing there? Are you working on your quarterback mechanics? Are you working on throwing, accurate passes, working on getting with Coach Sheridan? Hey, Coach, maybe we should try this. Maybe we should, because you need to start trying to be elite. Sorry. And you got to put in that work ethic. Like, I don't know what happened. You were doing really good at the beginning of the year, and I don't know what has transpired since Vanderbilt to now. So, man, get back in the lab, work on your craft. But listen, you shouldn't have to hear it from me. You should have it for yourself. You should, when you brush your teeth in the mirror, and be like, man, I need to go get better. I know my flaws. I know where I need to work at to be a leader for this team and get this team to where we want to do. But if you don't have it, it is what it is. But that's all I have to talk about. Milroe and Coach Sheridan. It's just really, 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 really frustrating. And I do think one positive thing, that drive when we ran the ball coming out of halftime, I think that was all on DeBoer. I think DeBoer has know that he's probably going to have more input on the play calling than letting Coach Sheridan just do what he wants to do. So I think we'll probably see a more involved Kalen DeBoer calling plays, mixing things up, because they got the playbook. I don't know why we're not running it. So that's my 2 cents. Luscion, you want to add, Petty?
I'm not sure the guy taking the snaps can fully run the playbook.
Right.
Ooh, that might be a point.
Like, you gotta have a guy that you gotta have a distributor, and I have yet to see a distributor in a Crimson Tide uniform in the last 2 years.
And that's the funny thing. We only need a game manager. Like, at some point, you just got to manage the game. Get us the right way. Don't turn the ball over.
No offense, Matt. If you look at every natty we've won, what is our quarterback been?
Game manager.
You said what, Luscion? Sorry.
Every national championship we won under Saban, the quarterback has been what?
Game manager.
And man, we got a glimpse of it.
You could talk about you could talk about all the X's and O's you want. You could talk about the dude runs 23 miles an hour or not, but if he's not distributing to our athletes that we got, because we got more than Ryan Williams, best believe, like, that's what pisses me off. Everyone's all like, oh, Ryan Williams. Yes, Ryan Williams is amazing. I'm not taking flowers from the guy, but we got other dudes that are amazing too, and they're not getting a chance because our quarterback can't throw a freaking rock in the sea from the beach. So
can't go through his progressions either. So I mean, there's
like, so it's not even frustrating, man. At this point, it's pissing me off. Straight up.
I mean, I think he goes through the regression, but not at a fast enough rate.
I think he's panicking going through it. That's what he looks like. He looks like he's panicked out there. That's why he pulls the ball in an RPO. He just looks like a deer in the headlights at all times. Like he's just.
I mean, call me crazy, but we got a glimpse during Wisconsin of Ty for a minute, and it looked like a completely different offense on the field. I was wondering why we started throwing over the middle. Is there a question? I mean, there might be an answer to that why. And I'm sorry people don't like what that answer is. And I might be getting to that a little bit. Y'all got anything else to add on this before we head on? Go for it, Matt.
I just wanted to say that, dang, y'all said so much. I forgot what Dan said. I was going to hop on it and say, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
reading defenses, playbook.
The playbook, Miro, you got to get in that playbook or something. Because I thought if you're panicking and going through your reads, to me, that's what I want to say. Thank you. Obviously, there's a lack of preparation, and that's a lack of preparation on the details. Like, are you watching what the defense is doing on first and second down, third and long? Do you know what the motions are? Are you able to pick up quickly? Because if you can't do it at this level, good luck trying to understand a really extensive playbook and read really crazy defenses on the next level. So if that's one of your flaws, be honest with your coach. Coach, I need to learn this. Like, help me to read this. Help me understand this. Like, be honest with yourself and go work on those things. All your flaws, you need to start changing into strengths. But I can't do it for you. I can't sit on the final whistle and do it for you. You have to want to go do it for yourself. That's all I gotta say.
There you go, man. Look, a lot of heat tonight, and I mean, and it is what it is. It's not something we're used to talking about, but it's a different time, a different era. But I'm sorry, I think it's justified right now. I think the heat on all these guys is, and if you don't like it, put on your big boy pants and get over it. You ain't been around Alabama. You obviously weren't around Alabama pre-Saban, because man, the heat came when it wasn't working right. With that said, something that always works right, especially if you're taking it to Bryant Denny on this homecoming. It's not homecoming, is it? What do we got coming up? Is it homecoming? On this homecoming weekend against those Mizzou Tigers. Before you head to Bryant Denny this weekend, stop on that intranet and hit whitwillsports.com. Type in the promo code STANDARD and get you a little discount and get that title towel before you head to Bryant Denny and let those Missouri Tigers know what's up. Sling them around, let them load. whitwillsports.com, one of the best guys, one of our best fans, best supporters of the Bama Standard Network. Go help them out because, man, we want to help out the folks that always help us. So please go to whitwillsports.com today. Tell them the Standard. Get you a little discount, but get that title towel and let it fly this weekend because, guys, man, we've talked a lot of doom and gloom, but the season's not over. This shit can be salvaged. Beat Missouri. Go to Death Valley and win. It's a whole new ball game, man, because it's a 12-team playoff. The race to now is get to 10-2. With that said, I might have to throw a little bit more cold water before we go in this week's mailbag section. Guys, this is definitely not for the faint of heart. So if you get your feels hurt real easy, I would probably turn away right now because I'm just giving you a fair enough damn warning. With that said, man, I want to appreciate all the fans that continue to write. I'm getting the fan base is getting a little crazier. Maybe some celebrities, man, fans from the chat are even chiming in. So this mailbag, just keep it going, man. Keep the questions coming. I'll keep firing them at you. So without further ado, Tom from Tupelo. What SEC team not making the playoffs would be the biggest disappointment to their fan base? Missouri, Ole Miss, or Alabama? Ooh. And I guess you asked that because right now, if you look from 15 back, those three teams look to be on the outside looking in of this race. One of the three is going to have to get hot to find their way back in it. With that said, Mizzou, I'll start with them first. They had the easiest route of any SEC team not named Texas with their schedule. At the beginning of the season, it looked like this game this weekend coming to Alabama was the lone setback that might slow them down, and it could be 11-1 after their big win. And, man, they just kind of clunked along. I don't know how invested their fans are, though, so I don't know how upset they'll be or not. I don't know Missouri fans. Do they exist? Bama fans. Bama fans are going to be pissed if they don't make the playoff because you've been making the top 4 for all these years. Not making the top 12 is going to be inexplicable. But I think it's going to be more mad and get shit fixed than it would be disappointment. I think it would be more anger. The disappointment factor would have to go to Ole Miss. They put all their chips in, and I think Ole Miss never felt like they had a chance as a program when it was a 4-team playoff. That was reserved for Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, and whoever else, the Ducks or whatever team squeezes in. And with the 12-team playoff, I think teams like Ole Miss and Missouri saw this as an opportunity to find their way into it. And Hope, if you follow SEC shorts, Hope had visited Oxford, Mississippi, and with the portal and everything Ole Miss had back, I think there's no doubt, and I don't think Ole Miss makes it. It's obvious. You lose to freaking Kentucky and LSU, you're probably going to get popped by Georgia. You're not making it in. It's probably not going to happen in Oxford land. That's devastation. So I would absolutely say Ole Miss is going to be the most devastated fan base in this one. Tom from Tupelo. So I'm assuming you're coming from Mississippi country. So sorry, bud. Number 2, John from Milton, Georgia. Holy SEC official hell. We have seen some pretty stinky stuff in the pathetic officiating world that is in the league where it just means more. Have you ever seen, though, what we saw in Austin, Texas last Saturday night? Woo! And, man, Matt Mike can chime in on this. I was in the student section, and there is a frat bro in Oxford, Mississippi that's probably so pissed off right now because during a Bama game, there was a call several years ago the receiver ran out of bounds, and it was a big review, and Ole Miss would have got the ball at the 4-yard line. Well, it sat in review for what seemed like 4.5 hours. And when it came back, what was supposed to be indisputable evidence was apparently disputable, and it got overturned, and shit hit the field. And one of the most magical things was looking over and seeing the red stiletto come out of the student section. So I think that guy is probably sitting there somewhere tonight saying, I freaking wasted my dates. Or probably his date is like, that asshole threw my red stiletto and we didn't get the call overturned. How does this happen? Dude, we've done a lot of stuff in the SEC. We like to throw drinks at fields. It's just what we do. I've never seen it result in the referees looking up at the Jumbotron and then overturning it. I'll be honest, man. You know, Kirby got away with pushing the player. I might have tested my luck one more week and just jacked a damn ref after that stuff because I'll be real. The SEC takes bad officiating to new levels every year, and that was a whole brand new one because what does that mean now? If you're good, what did you just tell the lunatics in Baton Rouge, Louisiana when a bad call goes against them? Holy litter hell on that field. Or mustard hell in Knoxville, Tennessee. I mean, there's going to be an official take a mustard jar to the head, and they're going to expect the play to get overturned. I'll be honest, man. Texas A&M, they may be a weird cult, but those weird cult milkman dude cheerleaders were trying to warn us about Texas, and Texas is doing their shit already. Guys, be prepared. We're going to get some weird stuff out of Austin, Texas. Number 3, Brian Harsin. From a lake somewhere spending Auburn's money. How do you like me now? Eggplant emoji, massage table emoji, car crash emoji.
That's hilarious.
Oh, he's just making fun of you for shitting the bed again this weekend, isn't he? Look, man, it doesn't get any better as a gambler when you hate someone, but you bet on them. And look, Auburn was plus 4.5, and I admit I took the game this weekend, and they still lost the game. It's like the gambling gods and the football gods got together and said, "Petty, today's your day. Hugh Freeze is going to go out quicker in this one than he does at a damn Auburn massage parlor." God bless Auburn. You are the gift that keeps on giving. The funny thing now is Peyton Thorney fighting back on him like he's heard enough of his shit on the sideline and knows that his time's done at Auburn. He just fights back with him now. Freaking glorious. Woo! Brian Harsin, you enjoy that time on that boat with that Auburn money, buddy. Number 4, Van from Fort Payne, Alabama. Oh my goodness, Van. He's found my email. It's over now. Petty. During the summer, you said you would move Milroe to running back and took a lot of heat for it. Do you still stand by your claim? Oh, Van. I stand by that claim now more than I ever did, buddy. Yeah, but let's set I want to set something straight. because I know a few weeks ago I was singing. You'll say, Petty, after the Georgia game, you were like, hey, he can win the Heisman. He can do all this. Yeah, I think he can. I think Milroe can be a great college quarterback. So was Tim Tebow, and he couldn't throw for dick. But it took him 5 years after being in the NFL to realize he wasn't an NFL quarterback. So are you asking me what position Milroe's best for to further his career, or can he be a good college quarterback? Yeah, he can be a good college quarterback if you use him the right way. If you're making him throw 45 times when he throws like the dude from Necessary Roughness that hit the backboard and then they had to go get the 45-year-old guy from Quantum Leap, yeah, that's how he throws the damn ball. But he can also run 97 miles an hour and do all this stuff. So if you make him a Tim Tebow type quarterback, yeah, he can do that. But if you're asking me, what's his best position to continue to play football, which is what I assume most people want to do when they get to college is make it to the NFL. It's not at quarterback. I'm sorry. The kid can't throw the ball. I told you that 3 years ago. It hasn't freaking changed. He still can't hit the intermediate pass. He still can't read a defense. But that's the problem. We've got too many yes men in this world and too many coattail riders in this NIL that want that money, and too many faux agents that are like, yeah, buddy, you're going to be quarterback. You just keep throwing that ball. Don't listen to them. Keep trying, because the NFL is going to see that you can do it. You're listening to dumbasses, because no, they can't. There needs to be at least one person in your entourage that's the hand raise guy say, hey, man, so wait, you're talking about the NFL? You know what? If wait, NFL, right? You want to be a college quarterback or NFL? Well, NFL. Well, look, buddy, then you need to change positions, because if you want to be a great college quarterback, stay on, do it. But if you want to go to the NFL, you're going to need to change positions now, because I'm sorry, I don't know if you've watched that league, but they've got good defenses that figure it out. And if you're melting in Tennessee off that defense, it's going to happen every week in the league, and they're probably going to move you. So I'm sorry, man. There needs to be a hand-raised guy in these people's life. But, yeah, Jalen, you can be a great college quarterback, but quit trying to prove to everybody you're something you're not, and just go run the offense that can work for you, and that's use your legs and then hit the bomb every once in a while and hope that people don't figure it out and contain it. But, no, I'm sorry. I didn't think he was a great college quarterback then, and I don't think it now, and I'm sorry. You get paid more than I do, and if that hurts your feelings, I got a question for you, Jalen. Like, man up about it. Are you about your team? Are you about Jalen? So I guess is this how it works? Link. Let a naysayer know, homie. Who you about? Crimson Tide or Jalen? Because if you're about Jalen, we're going to go down this road and then we'll talk about you as some quarterback that never made it in the NFL like the rest of them. Or you can do some stuff and turn this thing around and make it about Alabama and win the best way you can. Or, I don't know, move to running back and make it to the NFL.
Boom. Petty, about that Ole Miss game, they told us to leave our helmets on because there was so many beer bottles being thrown on them.
I was going to go back. You were at that game, right?
Yeah. That was his year, I believe.
It was his first year. It was Shea Hodge.
Darby Green Ellis and all them were for Ole Miss.
Shea Hodge was the one that made the catch, and man, it was a big play. Yeah. Oh, dude, I was sitting in that end zone where the stuff started flying, and it was
crazy.
Like I said, there's a lot of mad people from SEC teams past that threw a lot of shit on the field and didn't get their call overturned. Like, damn, that didn't work for us.
Luscion.
Petty.
Yo.
Hey, so somebody in the comments just said something real smart about maybe they should allow him to watch Lamar Jackson tape. The thing about Lamar Jackson tape is he hands the ball to his damn running back.
And you got an offensive coordinator that runs the ball, get in I formation. They put 45.
What's an I formation, Matt?
Under center, to a fullback and a running back.
What does under center mean? I haven't seen that in a long time.
They get in pistol heavy. They do it all. Like, they mix it up. I mean, I watch so much film on offenses. I'm like, that's what frustrates me with Nick Sheridan. I'm like, football is not, and I met this guy and I talked ball with him, and I'm like, you obviously are missing out because you need to call me because you are struggling. It's not that hard. But yeah.
Woo. Anybody else to add on before I get to our lovely fans' questions?
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Yeah, man.
Breaking
I think
hearts.
fired up show tonight. Everybody good? We're good going into this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm going to start with you, Dan, because I think we've all ran our mouths tonight. We ain't heard your pretty voice enough. I'm sorry, you're doing that. Justin, I'll quit. You got it. I'm sorry, buddy. That's on me. Jamie Gunner, will DeBoer get some balance on offense and take pressure off Milroe? What you think, Dan?
Well, he hadn't done it yet. You know, I mean, what are he waiting for? Was he waiting for 2 losses to start doing it? You know, that's Willie. I don't know because we haven't seen it yet.
Ooh, all right. There you go. Dan's preaching. Jag, roll tide. Bama can turn the page if we bench the players that are causing drama in the locker room. They are considered the cancer 5. Okay, now, before we answer this, and I'm going to let either Lou or Matt take off with this, you just said the cancer 5, and I've heard names. I'll be real. Like, there's names floating around if you know. And the fact that you called out 5, there's absolutely 5 that are at the top of the list. That means, man, this stuff that's in the locker room is bubbling over now. It's no longer a secret. Like, it's getting out to the fan base. And I'm telling you, this shit's about to blow if he don't get it under control quick. So, Lou, do we bench him, or do we? How does this? Where does this go?
Do it.
I mean, in this day and age, that's all you can do is bench them. Because if you cuss their ass out like they should be and deserve to be, they're going to tuck tail and run. But to me, maybe they should tuck tail and run their ass somewhere else. Because if they that soft and they don't want to hear about how bad they really are at football and they don't want to get better, they don't belong at the university anyways. So, hell yeah, we should bench them with prejudice.
And play the freshman. Dan mentioned how he was talking about Kirby talking about to his players how they want to eat. Play the guys on the team who want to make plays, who got some what about them and want to dominate the opponent and not just put on the jersey. Oh, look at me. I'm gonna do okay. Hopefully we win. Enough of that. Like, that has gotten us nowhere. And I don't know who the cancer 5 is, but yeah, I say bench and play the freshman. That's what you recruit for. That's something Saban will always say. Oh, I'll bench you. You know what? All the time, recruit somebody better than you right now. I just got on the phone with him, said it in your face. So he already let you know that he don't have a problem with benching you, because if you're not doing your job, he's going to find somebody else to do it. And that's simple.
I'll name the 5 for you. They are.
Oh, I thought you were about to. Come on, Dan. Come on. How big boy are you?
Let it fly. Let it fly. Let it fly.
Did any of them have C's on their chest?
I plead the fizzy.
Who asked that? Jag, if you're still in there, why don't you roll that? Why don't you roll the Fantastic 5 out in that chat for us?
Yeah,
I got 4.
I could figure the 4. I don't know who the 5th is.
Yeah, I don't know who the 5th is. Actually, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Never mind. It just clicked. Dan just clicked in my head.
Tough as nails. What is the issue? How much time you got?
No leadership, no dogs, no killers,
no standard.
I'll tell you, flat out and simple. They don't know what football really is. They think it's a hangout. They think it's a popularity contest. They think it's just, like, we're just gonna show up to Alabama and we're gonna beat people just by showing up. That's not how the game's played. What's the issue? There's too many to list. There's too many to list.
Woo!
I like it.
It is coming out. T. Smitty 3000. Can I ask an honest question? What does Milroe do well as a QB?
He warms up well.
I want to take this one, and I'm going to steal something from Justin, actually, because I thought he kind of hit the nail on the head in the postgame show the other night when he said Milroe's a front runner. Tell you what, when things are going well, he does everything well. He runs fast. He makes these great long throws, and it's a well-oiled machine. when the wheels start to fall off in the crunch time, I think he presses. I don't think he makes the right reads. I don't think he makes good throws. I don't think he's a pressure player. So, I mean, I think he does a lot of things well when things are going good.
I think he's got to be wanting to be a great quarterback.
I tell you now, he does throw a deep. If you want to answer the question, he throws a tremendous deep ball.
When?
Yeah.
When
the safety doesn't have 5 minutes to run under it.
Yeah, I think a lot of times those receivers are having to chalk up and they're 20 yards behind everybody. Hell, I can throw that.
You know who threw a good deep ball to Jameson Williams? That was Bryce Young. That's a pretty deep ball.
That's a deep touch.
That's a deep ball.
I won't take that. He will throw a nice.
Tua handing it off to Waddle.
When?
In stride. In stride, Dan.
Give it to me.
Oh, I think he did it once in the first game and everybody lost their shit because they're like, see, he can do it. So they pointed it out.
The first game?
Maybe not the first game.
Nah, bro. And see, that's why everybody has these delusions of Gramscier. He was going off against a whole bunch of nobodies. He got into SEC ball and shit his pants. Again and again and again. And again. And it's going to happen.
I don't think he's putting in the work.
He ain't gotten better.
I don't think he wants to.
You getting paid. Why you got to get better when you're already getting paid? And didn't he get a bump before the game last week? We got a little NIL juice. Yeah, man.
He got some new color in his hair.
Demetrius Duggins has been on fire in the chat tonight. If you guys have been paying attention, he's been getting on our asses. Why are we not getting on this? Why are we not getting on that? Because Demetrius, give us a little bit of time. It takes time to get on all the shit that's going wrong right now. So nobody on the panel going to talk about how Tennessee had 0 points in the third quarter. Look, I've said it several. The defense did their job. Now, did they give up some points in the second half? Yeah, but you've been on the field the whole damn game, and you're eventually going to break. But in the fourth quarter, when the game was on the line, even more so, not to go over this point, the defense got the ball back for the offense multiple times with a chance to either take the lead or tie the game with a minute and a half to go.
All right.
Defense,
Lance Hunter, that dude missed some wide open dudes.
Oh, now, look, man, if we want to play that game in the whole Alabama, look, I saw the Alabama. So we didn't take advantage of the turnovers. The score should have been 28-0 at half. Well, if Nico Almalama-Leva can hit the broadside of a damn barn, they scored 21 in the first quarter because he ain't hitting nothing. And those guys were wide ass open.
But it hit him when it mattered.
When the game, I swear, when Bama knocked him out and he got his bell rung a little bit and came back, it was one of those things like, damn, did we knock the game into his ass? I don't know.
We didn't hit him hard enough.
Obviously not hard enough. T. Smitty 3000 back again. I have a question. Milroe is on his second head coach, his third offensive coordinator, but folks are blaming everyone else. Why can't we be honest that he's simply not that good? All of these coaches can't be confident.
I might have to.
We're not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying it. Matt now stand on it. We've been said this shit. The dude ain't a good quarterback. To me, if you can't throw a slant route in college after being in college for 4 freaking years, that says it all. If you can't understand that if a linebacker walks up, looks you dead in your 2 eyes, and you can't shift the protection, then you ain't good at quarterback. And that's what it is. And everybody needs to. I'm not saying he's a bad kid. I'm not saying he's a bad football player. I'm saying he's not a good quarterback.
Definitely not elite.
There you have it.
Elite does it. No, he's not a good quarterback. A good quarterback doesn't pull the ball from elite running backs.
Mm.
A good quarterback doesn't like. A good quarterback takes an easy dump off pass, not like tries to throw the dig route that's 35 yards away to the fucking bound. Like that doesn't That's not a good quarterback. That's not even close to being elite, Matt. He has to just do basic shit first.
Greg Zachary, on the quarterback sneak, why do we have two players look like they're shooting three-pointer shots? Can someone answer that for me?
Listen, I got a question. Why on the quarterback sneak replay? I'm like, Miller, are you not looking at the defense? They had like 10 guys right in the middle, and he tried to run it right in there. Well, all thing he had to do was like the first sneak, go to the outside and gain like 4 or 5 yards, and you maybe break it. That's what I'm like. Are you not looking? Are you not reading the defense? Are you not understanding what they're doing? What is your football IQ? What is your awareness? What is your, okay, I know what they're trying to do to stop me. Like, you got to, playing quarterback, you have to be so cerebral and detailed, and it's playing chess against their defensive coordinator and what they're trying to do. But when he did that, and the SEC officials gave it to us because they were like, I can't believe he tried that. Like, I don't think we got that first down, but I think the officials are so bad they gave it to us.
I didn't either.
Because I'm like, why didn't you just go to the right side outside the tight end? You would have been ran for like 10 yards, but I don't know.
And no offense, if we're gonna have two guys shooting, 3-pointer shots, maybe we throw one of them the ball.
Maybe.
And
they only had one defender out there.
Right.
And I'm like, listen, okay, if I saw that on the first quarterback sneak, I'd have been listening. Second quarterback sneak, if I give you this signal, I'm going to throw it right to you. You go, somebody go block the DB, go score. But I don't think we have that type of
preparation.
Thought process, I'll say that.
Like, we don't have guys in our locker room, I don't think, that even like watch film and understand what they're seeing.
No.
I think they're just there watching it. They don't understand that all the things that a defense does to us throughout the game is on film. And they have tablets through the game so they can make adjustments. Like I feel like Jalen Miller just really goes into the game like, oh, I'll be all right, cuz. Like, it'll be good. Like, no. It ain't gonna be good. It ain't been good, son. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
My first red flag was when we got the ball that first drive, and it was a complete dumpster fire. I said, "Oh my gosh, we hadn't prepared not one thing all week."
Tablets, like you can literally go back and see what you did that last drive, because that's for damn sure what the defense is doing. That's why when you try to run the same shit you did the last drive, in the next drive, the defense stops us. It's really not like, is this like a secret? Is this like not known in college football that tablets are like abundant? Like, I thought that rule was made public.
They're playing
because
those tablets. Let's be real.
Yeah, they're on Candy Crush and playing TikTok and doing all that video. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Football used to be a sport for ugly, mean, badass dudes. Now it's, if you got your nails painted, you got hair weave in, your hair's 16 different colors, you look good in the uniform, you're just gonna be good at football. Not my game. Not the game I love.
One more question. Demetrius Duggins, you think if Nick Saban had another year of Bryce Young, he retires?
If he had another year of Bryce Young and Will Anderson, no.
I agree with that.
You add Will Anderson in there, that's a different story. Bryce Young, he'll probably retire. But that dude Will brought a different energy, because if Will's still there, that means Dallas still there too. So,
and the right assistant coaches.
Right.
There you go. Guys, been one hell of a show tonight, man. But the sun will come up tomorrow. We still got football coming this week. Bama does. You can come home to Bryant-Denny to face Missouri Tigers. We got to look, man. You got to put your big boy britches on, right, Matt?
I don't even want to think about Saturday.
I don't either, bro. I don't even think about football right now.
Look, football sucks. I get that, but we keep playing the game, so we got to talk about it. But it's new era, man. It's a new era, but Matt, I can tell, man. I could tell when you came on today, man. That Bama had hit and look, this is one thing I do want to say I appreciate, even from the fan side of it, Matt. If you can't tell, look at this guy right here, what Alabama means to him. He played on those sidelines. He played for Nick Saban. He wore that crimson. This shit, when y'all see things that don't fit the standard that you adhered to or learned under your time at Alabama under Saban, man, I know it hits you guys. I can tell, man. I can tell this week's hitting you hard, bud.
Yeah, it's brutal. And I gotta go to Tennessee on Thursday and deal with Vol fans.
So you're headed into the Vol pit?
I dealt with them Monday, and I got to deal with them on Thursday.
Just take their money and go, buddy. Well, how other than sending you thoughts and prayers as you head up to the big orange dumpster, how can they find you, Matt?
I said last week, I'll be praying right now. I don't know what to do. We need Jesus himself to come and play for us because I need Coach Saban just to call a team meeting and just shoot everybody out from the coaches to the water board and just break down the game field and just shoot everybody out for me, just for the Bama fans. You saying you're a fan now, you still getting paid by the university. Go out there and shoot those guys. I'm sorry. That's all I got to say. But, yeah, you can reach me somewhere trying to get Alabama to win and be positive. I'm getting down to my running on fumes, but I'm going to roll with the tide regardless. And, I think DeBoer would get it straight. I will say this. I don't think the staff will be the same going in next year for sure. So that gives me hope. But, yeah, I'm excited about the new guys coming in. And at the end of the day, you can find me every Tuesday here on the Final Whistle with these distinguished gentlemen around me.
Luscion.
You can find me on X, Roluce241. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Luscion Graves. You can also find me here on Tuesday nights trying to figure out what the hell is going on with our football team, with the greatest cast talking about the greatest football team before this year. Yeah. This is not hard. This is difficult to deal with. And it's not because of we're not talking about a team that's lacking in talent. We're talking about one of the most talented rosters in the country that are playing like, I don't know, like a 6-win Maryland team right now. Like, I don't feel energy. So I guess y'all see me next Tuesday. You won't see me Saturday because I'm probably going to be hiding out in a cave in the wilderness somewhere praying for an Alabama win.
There you have it. Dan, hopefully you won't be out in the wilderness or a cave, that you'll be somewhere more comfy. But where can we find you, Dan? And tell us about your other show coming up this week.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm going to be rocking this wherever I go. But, yeah, you can catch me on X at the Final Whistle Dan. You catch me every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here, the Final Whistle. Very same network tomorrow night. The Crimson Dynasty, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central. Catch me on Saturdays, the post-game show, immediately following the game. And y'all be sure to hit that like and subscribe. And guess what, Bama Nation? We're still Bama. We're still going to roll with the tide. We're going to get this thing turned around, y'all. It's just, it's coaching changes happen. Matt, you can allude to it that, it's time for him to, get his guys, and do his thing. We trust DeBoer. DeBoer will 100%, I feel I can say with 100% confidence that he is the guy. We just got some issues we have to address. It's an elephant, no pun intended. It's an elephant in the room. We got to address it. We got to hit it head on. So we'll get it turned around. So, we still got a season. We still got a lot of opportunities ahead of us. And I trust DeBoer and the staff will get it done.
There you have, man. Dan giving a little bit of positive hope on what's been more of a little, maybe a little darker of a show tonight, but it is what it is. Hey, and also, man, we're a basketball school now, guys. Chip her up. We're number 2 in the country, man. Should be number 1. Like, what are we talking about? We're about to burn some damn nets down. No, but with that said, catch Dan tomorrow, like you said, on the Crimson Dynasty, 6:30 Central. Then followed up at 8:15, you got Teague's take breaking down the game film from Tennessee, and then he's going to go over and talk about how we're going to get this stuff fixed against Missouri. And then, like Dan said, as soon as that game ends, check us out. We'll be here for the post game. Justin, me, Dan, Sishi, and then Sunday nights talking Bama, 8 o'clock Central. Not at me, Justin. I'm said so much now. 8 o'clock Central. That's going to be with JT, JB, Marshall, Stephen A. Smith. They will be breaking down the final breakdown of what happens against Mizzou. So, man, and then on Mondays, I will be back with you at the opening kick with my man Gerald Smoke Dixon at 7 o'clock Central. So, guys, it ain't always sunny, but the Bama Standard, that train does keep rolling. So stick with us. You can follow me at Petty_Daniel on Twitter. Other than that, man, I'm with my boys on Tuesday night, the best gang of all the Avengers, and we will be back next week talking to maybe some LSU. See you guys. Let's end it on those. Hey, what are the two? We still roll with those two words.
The damn truth, roll tide.
Roll tide all day.